So go ahead and grab your manual, your Flowshala movement coaching manual. And I'm just gonna start with our manifesto. Welcome to our team of intelligent yoga and movement coaches. We aim to motivate, educate, and inspire our clients to live the best version of themselves. By leading from the front, we embody wellness. We strive to create a mind and body connection during all movement practices and create union with the highest self. We train flow state, the most optimal state for the human mind, and we meet our clients where they're at each and every day. We train functional fitness that helps improve posture, longevity, and physique. So I hope that kind of sticks with you through the rest of our seminar today as kind of the manifesto and the underlying principles for why we want to share this education, this knowledge with others, because it's really empowering when someone can have a big toolbox and they know how to address their own pain and inflammation, and they have hope that they can progress through it. It's a really, really valuable tool, and we're just really stoked to share. So the way this is formatted is it's as if I were training you to come onto my team, because this is the actual manual that I use. Of course, most of you guys don't live around here, so take it with a grain of salt. You're just gonna have a real big toolbox for how to be successful with coaching movement, either one-on-one or in a group setting. And a lot of people have been asking, like, what other modules are there gonna be? So my plan is to continue to teach weekend seminars. I'll probably do one every 3 weeks for the duration of the year, with the cumulative effect of these having competency exams. So if you were wanting to get a 200-hour yoga teacher training certification, if you attended all of them and you showed competency in all of them, that you would be able to potentially have a 200-hour teacher training. If you want continuing education credit for our time here, that just means I have to write a letter that just says that you were here in the name of the module, and then I can send in, if they need proof, they can always see the manuals that we're using. But I chose to do it this way because I really just want to give you guys access to the information, and I want you guys to be able to apply it towards the certification bodies that you happen to be under. Because some of you guys are yoga instructors, some of you guys are personal trainers, and all you need is proof that you were here in the educational environment and the duration of time, and you should be good to go with that continuing ed. Thumbs up if that answers that question. Cool. This is not, you'll get a certificate of completion, but I am not a certifying body as of yet. But as the 200-hour curriculum develops, that will be recognized under the Yoga Alliance once that curriculum is all online. And I'll be filming it with Lou each module, and they'll be available for review on the online courses. So when I come to a seminar, I like to know, what the heck are we doing? What's the lay of the land? Does that resonate with you guys? Yeah? You want to know what we're doing today? Cool. So you'll see we have these tools here. And I do have a schedule, which is back there. Lou, would you mind grabbing that schedule and just placing it right up there? It's nice to have assistance. So we have different models, different coaches that are going to be coming in about every hour and a half. You'll be seeing this on a different body. So from 9:30 to 11, Simon and I are going to be covering our functional movement screen. We're going to be covering circumference measurements and client intake, and we'll also be covering into flow. 11, if you want to write this down in your notes, just so you kind of have a frame of reference, we'll do a small little break at 11 if you need to take a pee break or grab some tea. And every time we have a break, I'll just be hanging out and talking to you guys. There'll be short little brain breaks, just so that we can break up the 5 hours. 11 to 12:30, Coach Bethany will be in here, and we're going to be doing joint mobility, both closed and open chain joint mobility, and then we're going to be covering the nuances of child's pose to outer lunge, which is a very functional movement drill or exercise that definitely should be part of your toolbox for helping people build upper body strength, core strength, and then training what's called the Trifecta, which is activating your lats, your core, and your glutes at the same time. Go ahead and write that down. Trifecta is when you are developing torque in your lats, and contracting your deep inner core muscles, and then firing your rotators in your glutes. When you can get all three of those muscle groups firing all at once, the result is maximum power. If I have 1/3 of those firing, I'm going to be a lot less powerful because I'm only accessing 1/3 of the units, motor units from my prime movers, my glutes. With Bethany, we'll be covering all of the deep inner core work as well. Then 12:30 to 1:30, Coach Jordan will come in. We're going to cover how to teach a proper squat with full trifecta activation, the lunge, breakdowns for the tactical lunge, regressions for the tactical lunge, and then quad press. So she'll be demonstrating those 3, and it takes so much time to show all of these like breakdowns of everything. So I have a very specific format I want to use with you guys today, where I'm presenting the materials with the model, and then you have a piece of paper that you are writing any questions that come up, and there will be a 15-minute Q&A after all of the material is presented. Thumbs up if you understand that and you're cool with that. And the reason for that is because there is so much knowledge that's going to be dropped. This is basically a fast track, like condensed course. And I want you guys to be able to absorb all that knowledge, and likely your questions will probably be answered and repeated multiple times throughout that demo. And maybe those questions will have evolved by the end of it. And then we can have a nice juicy and rich discussion for that 15-minute Q&A after the end of the module. So I'm gonna be really succinct with my presentations and just go through it, and you guys will be demoing some stuff as well. One thing I do ask when you develop your questions, so when you're writing a question down, I need it to be really specific and objective so that I know how to answer it right. Do your best not to bring personal anecdotes or stories about other things if it's not relevant. If it is relevant, be succinct with it. That way we can really steer the questions towards biomechanics, kinesiology, motor control, mobility, and addressing fascial restrictions. Thumbs up if you're good with that. Succinct and objective questions. And I will most likely have an answer for majority of them, and occasionally I'll have to say, I have to do some research and figure that question to that out. But overall, these principles really serve us to identify compensation patterns, analyze posture, and see where the power leakages are. And this is really going to serve you for any of the other FlowShala modules that you decide to do, for loaded asana, for steel mace vinyasa, for pure mobility with RAD Roller. There's many different modules that we'll be going through, and this is like the core foundation that I'm going to require. Anyone that wants to take any other teacher trainings will have to go through this and show competency in understanding these. So then Megan will be coming in from 1:30 to 2:30. She's our head coach here at the FlowShala personal training studio, and she came to me as a kinesiology grad, and she has gone through this module as well, and she also has other certifications such as, I think she has FRC, and she's also in Adrian's schooling with Adrian's teacher, Donna, for structural medicine at the Structural Medicine Institute.